What's up everyone, my name is James from Max Tech, and today we're going to make you better at Warzone in less than 10 minutes. Or maybe more or less, I actually don't know, I haven't edited it yet. This is going to be the first video in a series of strategy for Warzone, and today's video is going to be specifically on the advantage of the high ground. So basically, if you look at top streamers and top winners, really, they all use this strategy. If you check out, ever watched Iron play, he's got like 1900 wins or something, and he always goes on the rooftops as much as he can. He uses his claymores to watch the ways up, and yeah. So first thing we're going to talk about is the alarm system that we're going to set in place. So you're going to use claymores or betties to watch the ladders, the rappel lines, the elevator shafts, stairwell, and you're not using these betties or claymores to kill anyone because they won't in Warzone. But all you're going to use that for is the little alarm system to let you know when the enemy is coming and when you have to turn around and fight that person that's pushing you. Now, having this little alarm system in place allows you to be an aggressive camper. You don't have to be watching your back. You can be on the rooftop, constantly peeking, constantly trying to get into fights. You don't want to be one of those people that sits in a corner with a baby monitor watching a stairwell or a ladder or a rappel line. You know, we've all seen them. So being an aggressive camper on the rooftop gets you lots of kills, and it's from a safe place. One of the benefits of being on the high ground is you have the ability to look over what would normally be good cover for an enemy. In a ground-to-ground fight, an enemy can take cover behind a box, but if it's a ground to roof fight, he takes cover behind that box. You can literally just still see him over the box, and he is dead. Next up is the field of view that you have on a rooftop. Using this field of view to your advantage is important for your next move. Obviously, you're not going to stay on the same roof the entire game. You're going to be moving around from rooftop to rooftop, and being at the highest part of that building allows you to see what's going on around you and see the safest route to your next destination, which will be another high ground. That's going to be your strategy. You're going to move from rooftop to rooftop, but obviously you can't just fly from rooftop to rooftop unless you have a helicopter. So you're going to have to go down, you're going to fight your way up to the roof, and you're going to set your betties up just like you did last time. And having this field of view from the high ground allows you to do that, allows you to get to the safest possible route. It also allows you to see where enemies are way off in the distance, so you can plan out what you're going to do next. So being an aggressive rooftop camper, we really need to prioritize getting a self-res. This allows you to be ultra aggressive and not worry about dying, because if, say, you lose a fight, you can just self-res with the safety of them not being able to see you, because most of the time they are below that line of sight. You can just drop back down behind the lip and get your self-res off and prepare to armor up, prepare for the next fight. So really prioritize getting that selfie. So that's one of the best parts of having that lip, is that if you do get down, you can just drop back off or use that lip to self-res. Another great use of that lip is being able to head peek it, giving nothing but your head as something to shoot at, which sometimes can suck if you just get domed, right? But unfortunately, it's not all good for the lip. That little lip that usually is the top of all these rooftops can actually be a negative for you. If you're not able to see the person because they are below your line of sight, because of that lip, you have to vault up onto that lip. And when you vault up onto that lip to see down, you are not able to shoot for like a quarter of a second, which sucks. Because that quarter of a second could literally be all it takes for you to be dead. So a way around this is some of the roofs have thicker parts to the lip, and if you vault up on those parts, sometimes the enemy is not able to see you because that part is thicker. Another way around this is, instead of vaulting up where you're fighting the enemy, you instead turn around, go backwards, vault up on the opposite side, and then you walk towards the enemy on the lip, and therefore you are not vaulting while you start the fight. Therefore you can still shoot them. Now, being on the rooftop means that you get to initiate the fight when you want to initiate it. Just because someone starts shooting at you from some random place doesn't mean you have to fight. If you don't like the angle that you have to shoot them from, you don't have to fight them. You don't have to start that fight. You don't have to keep shooting at them. You can wait till they move, or you can move to a different part of the roof and start that fight from where you think is the best position for you to start that fight. Initiating the fight when you want to initiate it, not when they initiate it, is super important. Just because someone is shooting at you does not mean you have to start that fight. Benefits of being on the roof. So when it's time to get off the roof, floating is a lot faster than running. So let's say the gas is coming, and it's one of those fast gases that you actually can't outrun. You can just jump off and you're way faster than the gas at that point. Really allows you to move through the map a lot faster. One thing I really need to point out here is when not to shoot too. If you're about to float and you know you're about to float off the rooftop to your next destination, really try not to get into a fight or shoot right before you have to float, because as you know, when you're floating you can't shoot and you're easily shot out of the sky. So if you know you're gonna have to float in like a minute or something because of the gas or whatever, try not to start a fight. Try not to shoot, try not to make any noise, try to make people not know you're up there. That way you're able to get out of here, float off the rooftop nice and fast and safely. So hopefully you start using the advantage of the high ground in your game, and hopefully get more wins this way. I know I definitely have gotten more wins because of it. I know I have gotten more wins because of it. I think I'm around like 250 wins right now, most of them in solos. But yeah, start using the high ground, fellas. If you want to come hang out, maybe play some squads or just chat, we stream every night at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll leave the link down in the description below for the Twitch channel. If you like the content, hit that like button. And to see the next videos, that should be coming up very soon, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.